Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's May 1st, yay! We're on our Simple Abundance path this year, reading through Sarah Ban Breathnach's book, Simple Abundance. I've also got the past edition here, Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy, because the beginning of each month I like to go through what she calls her joyful simplicities. She's got them at the end of each month listed. And just as like an introduction to what to expect for the upcoming month. And I like to have the old book when I do this because sometimes she's eliminated some from the new book. I already told you guys that she's really beefed up the May ones. There's so many. So I will touch upon them quickly. Just one thing too, I was changing over my calendars for May today. And the Mr. Rogers one says, I think I'll make a snappy new day. So now I'm going to be singing that song all month because I see it right when I walk into my office. Love Mr. Rogers. So I alluded to the fact, yes, May is going to be continuation of some of the organizational stuff that we've started our hand at, continuing on that spring cleaning. There's going to be more activities around self-love. She's got a bunch of things around May itself too. Today is May Day, May 1st. And I have a distinct memory. She tells us to hang a basket of flowers on your front door and your next door neighbors. And she suggests a couple of flowers. You can look at that specifically in there. But I have a distinct memory of, I think, kindergarten. We made some May Day baskets. Like we actually folded, it was just a paper plate, and then we had like flowers coming out of it with a little handle on it and bringing them to people's houses. And so I remember bringing one to my grandmother's house and ringing the doorbell and then running away, me and my mom. I'm sure my mom called my grandmother ahead of time and told her we were coming over to do that, but it was so exciting. And as a little kid, you know, it was like, oh, we're gonna do this something special. So I wish it was different times than now. I was nearby some of my friends' houses yesterday with some of the stuff that I was doing. And if I had the money and if it was actually May 1st, I probably would have done it. I thought about putting some flowers on their doorknobs. If you're watching, you can know that I wanted to do that for some of you that I know are also subscribers on my channel. But anyway, I was thinking of that. So May Day is, yes, putting some flowers on the door. Also, she doesn't mention this in either book, but there's the maypole celebration too. And even just adorning a tree with streamers and things like that, that can be another way of honoring May. So we have a talkative kitty here. She also goes on to say, May honors Flora, the goddess of flowers. She encourages us to have morning and evening, she calls them sojourns, you know, like little times out in the garden with your gratitude journal if you can. And she says this is just going to help us reawaken our sense of wonder. Also, never heard of this one, leave a handkerchief out at sunset and let the dew soak it overnight. And then for an appearance of a younger than springtime appearance, she says, dab your face with drops of dew for an everlasting radiance. I like that. It's not unlike what we did last month, collecting the rainwater and then washing our hair. By the way, I have been so thinking about my hair since when we had the entry about hair. And then in just watching my videos with you guys, I haven't gotten my hair cut obviously during this whole COVID thing, and then I'm pretty bad about getting it cut anyway, but I probably would have gotten it cut a while back because it was starting to get sort of crazy. Now I'm loving it. It's like, let's just like see how long it goes. It's like, I feel like I kind of got beyond the point where it was like, normally I would have been like, I need a haircut. Now it's just like, ooh, I like it. I'm just gonna see where this goes. I hope you're enjoying your hair a little bit more too after that talk we had about it. Mother's Day is coming up. She says, if you're a mother, give yourself a small token of esteem. And even if you don't have kids, you might have pets. So you're still a parent, she says. You're still a mom. If your mother's still alive, then to try to get together with her if you can do that safely. But she also says, write her a long letter that you've often thought about writing, sharing all of the loving things you want her to know. If your mother is not in this world, talk to her in your heart. She'll hear you. And you could still write that long letter, for sure. Maybe you might even go to where she's buried and bring that. Okay, here we get into more of the organization. Tackle just one junk drawer each week. Throw away more than you keep. She has some organizers that you can follow. She's got some Instagram handles in here. There's so many. There's so many on YouTube as well. And I think I told you guys, I think back in February, I made a list in my journal of sort of like zones in my house and projects. Like I mentioned to you guys, like I still haven't done this, but like cleaning out my laundry closet, and so certain areas that I want to tackle. So I like how she says to just do one drawer a week, so that it's not like you have to do an entire room or something all at once. So sit down and think about some of those areas, and then maybe even schedule it out if you need some organization like that. Oh, she goes into her, she loves the vintage stores and everything. Again, she's got another thing about she just tells you to go and look at some of the people that she likes, as far as like she used to live in England and she still has an affinity for that, so she has got some people to look into on the web. Let's see. She talks more about spring cleaning. This month brings a desire for deep spring cleaning, emotionally and homekeeping. It's funny, my memory of this is home caring though. I wonder if she changed the name to it. So she's calling it homekeeping for now. That reawakens our creative feminine energy, slowly increasing along with the sunshine, birds singing, apple blossoms budding, lilacs, and crisp lavendered linen. What else? She's got a lot of resources in this one here now. She's got a resource for eco-friendly laundry products. That's another thing. You know how we went through our makeup recently and did an overhaul, and I did have a comment from somebody about really wanting to find some more natural makeup, and so I did reply to that. But this is when I'm thinking about going through my laundry closet, I've already switched over to mostly organic, eco-friendly things anyway, but maybe you haven't done that yet. So if you are gonna make that change in the laundry area, she's got some resources here for some laundry things that are more eco-friendly. Okay, for a well-spent interlude, completely clean one part of your house each week. So not unlike the doing one drawer a week, having that list of zones, like I mentioned, is going to be good because completely clean one part of it. Breaking big jobs down into manageable tasks is really the secret to getting things done. She's going into the closet now. Our closets are one of the toughest parts of the home to tackle for countless reasons, emotional, financial. Make sure you do a proper purge and sort and consider the hanger swap. Yes, you know, and there was a comment on my closet video about this too. And I didn't give a nod to it, but Sarah had mentioned it, and she mentions it here again. So the hanger swap is you turn all of your hangers around, like so that they're facing the opposite way. You hang the things in one way. When you wear it, you turn it back. And if you go a certain period of time where you still have hangers that have not been turned at all, then that tells you it's time to move on from that piece of clothing if you're just not wearing it regularly, right? Okay, the next one is on Saturday afternoon after cleaning, putter for an hour with your favorite music. Rearrange your favorite collection. Oh, of personal mementos and pictures. Oh boy. I was just thinking recently, I really need to do something about all my pictures. I have a lot of them in albums, but then I have other ones that are just in plastic totes, and they're not organized in any way. And I keep thinking, and I wonder, because I haven't read ahead of time in the caution closet, have a feeling she's going to add mementos like that, like family photos that you will never get back. And just like she was telling us that we might want to digitalize some of our essential documents, I keep thinking I need to digitalize my family photos. But when I think about trying to get them organized by like the person that's in them or the year that they were taken, it just feels like a huge undertaking. But I do want to do that. But anyway, she's also, as we are rearranging the personal mementos and pictures, she wants you to savor the sweet memories and enjoy traveling back in time in your mind. I like that. Yeah, you like that too. Okay, more on the houses. And in fact, there's going to be a lot of entries about the home. The whole first part of the month is all about home love and your house and your surroundings. So she's got a thing here. There's something called hookedonhouses.net. And she says you can follow that person on Instagram too. That's a webinar she loves. The woman's name is Julia Sweeten, and she adores houses that have appeared in films and on television, and her website takes you behind the scenes in many of them. I think Sarah really loves houses in the home from all these things that she's saying. That might not be your thing, you know, but you can check out that hookedonhouses.net. That sounds like a neat idea. I often, sometimes when I see movies, I will look back at the details about where the various places were that they were filmed. All right. Oh, we are going to be talking about cherished collections. So this next one is, if you have a cherished collection, do you display it? Think of new ways to surround yourself with the things that you love. I'll do an entry on that one. Decorate your mantle and table or desk with boughs of greenery for your house and workplace. Make a simple wreath from twigs and leafy branches blown away from spring storms, or simply display them in your favorite vases or holders. Thank the trees for their offerings. Ancient wise women during the Arthurian era believed the simpler the wreath, the greater the power. Twigs of the blessed hazel tree were much sought after, and one hair from each resident of the house was included in the weaving to provide further protection. Interesting. That's almost like a little like charm, right? And then she also suggests that we give thanks to the Celtic mother of abiding shelter. What is her name? I don't know. But just like I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of things about the house. So she says, blessing the walls that surround you, the roof that protects you, and the doors that you stand, and the floors that you stand upon. Okay. And then she gives a little nod to Memorial Day. It's crazy to think that's going to be coming up soon. It has not felt like, well, the warm weather might be here this weekend, we hear, but it's just been so rainy and cold, and so Memorial Day is a nice thought. But she says, whatever, there's something I'm going to add in here that's one of my joyful simplicities. I'm going to do a video for you guys about my summer bucket list, because that's a new thing that I do. So she does start to get us in to be thinking about summer, because that will be coming in June, and just thinking about what does that mean. And she mentions potato salad and things like that. So Those are the entries from her new book. Let's see what she may have left out. Oh, this one's not in the new book. We talked a little bit about this when I did my office tour. Learn about the Chinese art of feng shui. She's got a book here. A good place to start is called Feng Shui, the Chinese Art of Placement and Interior Design with Feng Shui, both by Sarah Rosbeck. She also encourages us to move 27 belongings as you begin to bring order to your house. I wonder what she means by just move them. Maybe just getting the energy of moving things around. That reminds me too, this is not related to feng shui, but it's kind of like doing something different and getting the energy moving. I was watching a video recently where it was saying like, do things differently. Like even if it's a matter of like always opening something with your right hand, start using your left hand. And one thing that I haven't done that I thought, okay, I could try this, but sleep on the opposite side of the bed. So just sort of change up stuff. So that maybe that's what she means by moving them around, because I can imagine like feng shui is all about the energy and the getting the elements in each room. So perhaps if you're moving the belongings, it's probably just like getting the energy going. Because I remember something about feng shui too, is like if there's a certain room that you're trying to, like say it's the corner where you're trying to get prosperity or love or something going, then sometimes you want to have movement, like you add a fan or you add a water fountain or like a bubbling sort of thing that's going all the time. I'm only guessing, but I'm thinking maybe that's what it is. Hi. She says here too, she loves those old movies, rent old movies. Oh, I like this one too. Take pictures off of a wall and clear tabletops and mantles for 1 week to experience the fullness of nothing. Then decide what you really want to put back. She's got some books in here too. And then she gives a nod again to the Memorial Day. Dust off the grill, make potato salad, and get out your white shoes for Memorial Day weekend. And then she closes that one with be happy, be grateful. How are you guys doing? Are you feeling happy and grateful? I'm still having my ups and downs, but overall, I'm definitely feeling grateful. I've had some amazing gestures come my way, especially over the last week. So very, very grateful for those things. And happy, it's all relative. I'm happier than I was a month ago, for sure. Still sorting through everything and trying to figure out what my life looks like, but I think that's a lifelong journey. And the Simple Abundance path is so integral to me. And I have to tell you too, I love YouTube. I probably spend the most time on YouTube just watching videos and looking up things that I'm interested in. I have a smart TV, so I can watch it on the TV too. And so many videos have been getting suggested to me from various things. And there's a program that I'm probably going to tune into, but it's so tied into the Simple Abundance, living authentically. Remember Sarah told us that we were goddesses at one time? One of the programs is just about like raising that goddess energy, which is really like the empowered feminine in all of us. I feel like there's these archetypes, and I feel like more often than not, when I'm in these really like low depressed states, I'm in what's called the wounded feminine energy, and I'm exhausted of being there. So I'm feeling like, just from all this inner reflection and talking to you guys about various things and reading Sarah's book, and the changing of the seasons, I think really helps. I'm just starting to really feel more connected and grounded and surrendering, like I told you in another video. So things are moving in the positive for me, whether my life is totally blowing up in my face or not. That's where I am. I hope you are also feeling grateful, finding a sense of happiness and a little bit of joy and something special each day. Thinking about the senses, thinking about nature, and getting out there and being hopeful for the month ahead, because May is just the best month. I love it. I love when everything's coming alive, and you don't necessarily have to have the air conditioning on yet. You can just have the windows open, and love to sit out in the patio, watch the birds. Yeah. Annabelle and I are having a nice spring so far, even if it's rained a bit. Sending you guys lots of love. I will see you on the next video as we continue on with our Simple Abundance path and getting really into this home love time. I think I'm gonna like that because I do love my home. All right, take care guys. See you next time. Bye.